I started learning English when I was 10. I studied English at school. I took some courses. I had a private tutor for a year. And I even got accepted into a top university to become an English teacher. However, even though my English was really good, when I first came to the US 10 years ago, I was shocked. I couldn't understand native speakers. They spoke very fast. And only later, I realized the reason why I struggled so much. It was because I didn't know the most common reductions that native speakers use when they speak fast. So in this lesson, we are going to learn 10 most common reductions that you absolutely must know if you want to understand native speakers and if you want to speak faster. Let's start with the word hour. If you look it up in the dictionary, this is the pronunciation you're going to find, hour. For example, she's our friend. But native speakers would pronounce it as R. So they would reduce the first two vowels and just pronounce the consonant R. That's why it sounds like the verb to be, are. So instead of saying she's our friend, they'd say she's our friend.
She's our friend, understand?
Most of all, she's our friend and we have to stick together.
She's our friend.
Be careful with the S in she's, because here it's actually pronounced as the Z sound. In English, we have a rule. When S is between two vowels, it makes the Z sound. For example, easy, reason, or busy. So that's why we don't say she's our friend. We say she's our. So you hear czar. She's our friend. Another example with our. So instead of that's not our problem, you will hear that's not our problem. That's not our. That's not our problem.
It's not our problem.
We think it's not our problem.
Then it's not our problem.
You probably have noticed that they don't say that's not our problem. They don't pronounce the true T. Instead, they say that's not our. Da-da-da-da. So they pronounce this light version of the D sound. In English, we call it flap T. When T is between two vowels, we pronounce it as flap T. For example, in the word water or city, or later. That's a flap T. In our example, the same thing. That's not our problem. Try to say it. That's not our problem. The next pronoun that is very often reduced is your. Instead of pronouncing your fully, we reduce the vowel and we say your. So it's y followed by r, your. For example, what's your name? You probably will hear something like, what's your name? What's your name?
What's your name?
Mia.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Since this is a very common question, sometimes native speakers are going to drop S in what's. And as a result, we have what, your name. Now, there is one more rule that you need to know, guys. In English, when T is followed by Y, very often it sounds more like ch sound. You might have noticed it in the expression, nice to meet you. In the word meet, we have T and the U starts with the Y, so we say meet you. Do you hear a little ch sound? Meet you. Or let's say got you. T followed by Y, got you. In our example, you can also hear it. What's your name? So instead of what your name, what's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name, son?
What's your name, mister?
Here's one thing I want you to keep in mind. You don't always have to reduce what's your name to what's your name. You only do it when you speak fast. If you cannot speak fast, don't reduce it. Don't reduce anything, okay? but you should be able to understand native speakers. That's why understanding those reductions is really important. Actually, if you want to save the material from this video, if you want to save all the reductions, I have prepared an amazing PDF file for you with all the reductions that we're going to cover and with all the videos from this lesson. So you can watch it at your own time. You can watch those videos at your own pace. All you need to do is to click the link down below, subscribe to my newsletter, and I'm going to send you that PDF. Let's move on. The next pronoun that is very often reduced is her. Very often we drop the H and you might hear er. For example, I told her the truth. Most likely you're going to hear I told her the truth. I told her the truth.
I told her the truth.
Well, Ethan, I told her the truth.
I told her the truth.
Be careful. Don't reduce her if it's at the beginning of a sentence. We only reduce it if it's in the middle or at the end. For example, when I say her name is Mary, I'm not going to reduce her, right? Or if I say her mom is Italian, again, I'm not going to reduce this pronoun. So keep that in mind, and we are moving on to the next reduction. The word him is very often reduced to M. So again, we drop the H. For example, call him. When speaking fast, you're going to hear call him. Call him.
I tried to call him, but his phone is going to voicemail.
I want to call him Brandon.
You know, why don't I call him and tell him you're here?
Look at him. Look at him. And in the preposition at, again, we have a flap T sound because here are the T's between two vowels. So we don't say look at him, we say look at him. Repeat after me. Look at him.
I mean, look at him. Now look at him.
For Christ's sake, look at him, honey.
Very similarly, the word his can be reduced to is. Again, just like the verb to be. For example, it's his car. When speaking fast, native speakers are going to say it's his car. It's his car.
It's his car.
Oh, it's his car.
Another example, I like his hair or I like his hair. I like his. I like his hair.
I like his hair.
I like his hair so much. I like his hair long.
Okay, one important thing to remember, we don't reduce his if it's at the beginning of a sentence. For example, if I say his car is fast, I'm not going to reduce anything. Or if I say his name is Bob, again, his is pronounced fully. Moving on to the next reduction, them. This one is not always reduced, but sometimes it is. And since we're talking about pronouns, I decided that we need to mention this one as well. Very often we reduce them to So it's kind of like a schwa sound plus m. For example, don't tell them or don't tell them. When we are speaking fast, don't tell them. Don't tell them anything.
Just remember, don't apologize. Don't tell him how hard this is for you.
And two, don't tell him nothing.
Another example, ask them, ask them. Ask them.
Just ask them to be reasonable.
Well, ask them what they want, what they need changed.
Reduction number 8. We are almost there. I'm going to. As you already know, we reduce it to I'm gonna. For example, I'm going to call him. I'm gonna call him. But guys, please do not drop the verb to be. Very often, language learners make this mistake. Instead of saying, I'm gonna call him, very often I hear, I'm gonna call him. This is a mistake. You have to keep the verb to be because gonna stands for going to. All right? It does not include the verb to be. That's why you have to say it. I'm gonna call him.
I promise you I'm gonna call him. No, it's not a joke, and I'm gonna call him right now.
I'm gonna call him.
And as you have noticed, very often we reduce him as well, just like we discussed before. So I'm gonna call him. Call him. Now, sometimes native speakers go even further. And instead of saying, I'm gonna, they say, I'm gonna. So they basically drop the g sound. For example, I'm gonna help her or I'm gonna help her.
I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna help her just like she helps me.
And we can even reduce her to as we discussed before. So I'm gonna help her, I'm gonna help her. Repeat after me. I'm gonna help her.
And now, I'm gonna help her.
My girlfriend opened up a new dance studio, so I figured I'm gonna help her out, you know?
Give me. When speaking fast, you might say gimme. So you drop the v sound. Give me some time. Give me your hand. Give me a minute.
Give me some time to think.
Give me your hand. Okay, just give me a minute.
And the last reduction, personally my favorite one, let you. As you already know, in English we have a rule. T followed by Y gives the ch sound. That's why instead of let you, very often you might hear let you. I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
What kind of a mother would I be if I let you go to New York all by yourself?
Do you expect me to let you go?
You know, if you were mine, I'd never let you go.
Let me. So in this phrase, we can drop the T and say lemme. For example, let me know. Let me know.
Okay, call me and let me know how it goes.
Let me know when you're ready, lady.
Let him. We can drop the H and say let him. Again, if we drop the H, the T is going to be between two vowels. That's why we have a flap T. Let him. For example, let him do it.
You shouldn't let him do it to you, all right?
Screw it, let's let him do it.
Just let him do it.
If you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos, then make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I'll see you in my next video lesson.